Hey, we decided to do a live today to catch everybody up on what in the heck is going on around here. You may hear dogs growling in the background or making noises. I have to come up with a theme name for this. Like, I was going to do a theme conversation once called Busting Through the Bullshit, but I don't think I could really do that, because if I really told you some of the things that I was thinking, I'd probably get in trouble. But like, I don't know, some kind of fun name like What's Up at Holly's House. I used to do What's in the Cooler years ago, and I stopped doing that. But today I just wanted to catch everyone up on where we've been, what's going on, and all the fun stuff that's about to happen. If you followed our studio last week, you know that we were in Bogota, Colombia. We were with our friends at Alexandra Farms. Amazing, incredible experience. A bucket list. We're like bucket listing like big time this year. Have really tried very hard to set a list of goals and priorities and only work on the things that are bucket list kind of things. So one of the bucket lists was to go to Alexandra Farms. Another amazing bucket list thing that's happening to our studio this week is we're going to New York, and we will be designing a table at the Metropolitan Club. My friend Shane Connolly is coming in from England, and he will be doing a speech and a lecture on Constance Spry, and Emily Thompson will also be presenting. And I will be designing one of the tables. So this is like so exciting and really huge for our company. In addition, some of my friends will be designing one of the tables as well. So David Beam will be designing a table, and Nick Camille, and several other designers that I have yet to meet. Also, Martha Stewart will be designing a table. So I actually am going to have a table right next to Martha Stewart's table. And come on, like, I'm really freaking out about this. It's a mega bucket list. Like, we're just so excited. What is important about this event, or the designs that I will be creating, is that they be sustainable and locally grown flowers. So one of the things that we did, and that's what you're seeing out here, is I brought in plants, and I've been forcing bulbs, and all of those things will be incorporated into my designs. And my girlfriends from Harmony Harvest brought me hellebore. Anything that we could get right now that is coming up from the garden, or any kind of plant material, is what I'll be using in my tablescape. This is also, these are bundles of spirea, which came from my property, and we're forcing those. So those are some of the elements that will be in the design. I have all the mechanics here prepped and ready to jump in the car and go with us to New York, but I'm gonna keep that for our special trip, and I'm gonna share that like when we get to New York. So that's on Thursday. I'm actually doing some other really amazing designs for this event. So follow along the behind the scenes of what is happening. Like, it's so much, I can't even believe it. Like, normally the day before an event is a serious design day for our studio, but we'll actually be in transit in the car with all of our plants and all of our mechanics and props and glue and everything we need. We'll get to the Metropolitan Club and start setting up on Wednesday night, and then we get to get dressed on Thursday morning like ladies and go to lunch with Martha. So we're kind of excited. But the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is we are fast approaching our New York Chapel Designers Conference. And we actually also have a conference in Ireland that is coming up. That's in April. But right now I wanted to talk to you about New York. This event is, it's my heart, it's everything. This is our 10th anniversary as chapel designers. And 10 years ago, I randomly said, who wants to meet me in New York City? And people started saying they were gonna meet me. This was all on Twitter. And all of a sudden, an organization was born, and we were the first of its kind. Chapel Designers is an organization that promotes and supports wedding and event designers. and educates. We are so focused on the event industry, and 10 years ago, it was born and grew organically. And if you come to a Chapel Designers approved conference, you become a member of our organization, and then you are brought into a closed forum where you are nurtured and taken care of by myself and the other Chapel Designers. We have industry discounts, and we also freelance for each other and share all of our knowledge. And our combined knowledge is hundreds of years of wedding and event design knowledge. So like, this group is really heart and soul. I think I have posted only 2 times that we're going to New York. I should be promoting it more, but I am a working florist, so I don't spend a lot of time pushing ads and asking people to come to our events. I also truly believe that the people that end up at our conferences, that it's organic and it's the way it's supposed to be. And I also think that it's laser point accurate. Like, somehow we end up with the most remarkable, wonderful designers who have the same level of the same philosophies that we all have. So for us, I should have been pushing more that this event was going to happen. A lot of people say to me after one of my amazing events, I didn't know about it. And I just wanted to let everybody know what's happening. So in case you wanted to come to Chapel Designers, we will be closing that event out in the next week or so. So hold on just one sec. Is everything okay? Okay, I just want to make sure. So the way that this is going down is we're going into New York. I think it's on the 22nd of March. We have an opening night that is super spectacular. We'll be working with Vase Source, and we're going to have an open house. And my girlfriend, Susan McCleary, you may know her as Passion Flower Sue, also a Chapel designer who began with our organization many years ago. You know, and actually started teaching through the organization, and had some of her work featured by Martha Stewart at one of the New York conferences. Like, this is so sentimental. Susan McCleary has just published a book, and she's going to be doing a book signing on Sunday night at Vase Source, and we'll also have an opportunity to shop at Vase Source, and there will be some discounting for our purchases there. So that's how Sunday night begins. In the Holly world of luck, I also was asked to teach at the New York Botanical Garden, developed a relationship with them, and we will be hosting our conference at the New York Botanical Garden. So this is like such a big deal and so huge, because this space is spectacular, and to have been given the opportunity to host our workshop there, we are just over the moon excited about it. During the workshop, we'll have speakers David Beam. David Beam is an intricate part of Chapel Designers. He was, hold on one sec. What? It's okay. They're telling me I'm talking too long, so we'll just cut the front half of it off. Don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. So, they're laughing at me. So anyways, David Beam is going to be one of our teachers, and David was the first person I went to all those years ago, 10 years ago, when we opened Chapel Designers. David is a true luxury event designer. A lot of people throw that term around, and they're not doing luxury events. David Beam is a luxury event designer, over the top amazing. A dear friend, beautiful soul, but really his production on these luxury weddings and destination weddings is over the top, and he's going to be talking to us and just reminiscing with us about the last 10 years of Chapel Designers. Christina Matucci is his number 2. So behind most entrepreneur leaders are all of these wonderful people who are working behind the scenes that make things happen. And Christina is his number 2, and she's been with David for, I think, almost 20 years. And She is a phenomenal speaker, and she will take us through what it's like to support a leader and why the leaders need a number two. She's been training as a speaker. She just completed her first TED Talk. I mean, it's insane that we have her on board. We have Jess Gordon, very, very good friend of David Beam's. I met Jess through David Beam. There is no woman in the world as real as Jess Gordon. Jess Gordon's story is absolutely incredible. Also very much a luxury event designer, does a lot of things all over the world. Once Upon a had a TV show. She does a lot of installations in New York. Very real, very down to earth, very wild, very cool. We are also backing this up with the business component, which is Sam Jacobson. So Sam has been coaching some of the chapel designers, and he is going to talk to us about the business, about marketing. Sam has assured me that he is capable of talking on just about any subject as it pertains to business. We're having Nicolette Camille return to Chapel Designers. This will be the second time Nicolette has taught for us, might even be the third. Amazing designer. Her look is so alluring. I mean, she's just spectacular. Her teaching approach is amazing. She's one of those designers that's also been teaching for a very long time. I think she was one of our teachers at maybe 9 years ago. So we are just so lucky to have these amazing people returning to be a part of the Chapel Designers Conference. We are using a software called Details Flowers, and Corinne Heck has come to talk to us. She'll be there to show us how the software works. She'll be supported by chapel designer Perry Donaldson from Texas. She's also working with Details as well. This is the software I use every day, and it is absolutely spectacular. It's how I make beautiful contracts and inspiration documents. It's also how I do the purchasing for all of my flower orders. So I wanted to make sure I didn't have I also have a bridal consultation today, so I'm watching the clock on that. So I'm really excited about Corinne coming. So we're going to spend 2 days at the New York Botanical Garden, all of the breakfast and lunches included. And then we are going to end at the New York Botanical Garden seeing the orchid show. I have purchased everyone tickets to the orchid show, and that was designed by Jeff Latham. Awesome. Going to be amazing. This orchid show is a very prestigious event. We will start Wednesday morning with a tour of the New York Flower Market. I have some friends that we're going to go see. That is going to be just wonderful if you haven't had a chance to experience the New York Flower Market. It's something that I hope every designer gets to see. It's just incredible, and it's a troubled times for wholesalers right now. And getting to the New York Flower Market before things change, that would be really good. You should get there. We'll have a nice lunch. We're going to have open discussion that day. And then we are going to the World Flower Expo. So all of the growers from all over the world come to New York for the World Flower Expo. And you'll be able to see firsthand the newest varieties, the flowers that are going to be setting trends. And so we want you to be a part of that, and so we're hoping that you will enjoy this whole experience. Very, very forward thinking, lots of new information and things that can set your business apart. If you come and you're a business owner and you have a website, you will be allowed to become a member of Chapel Designers, and you'll have a year's membership in our organization, and we'll support you for a year after this particular conference. So if you have any questions, you are feel free to email us or send me a direct message on Instagram, and we would love to have you join us. And we're just super excited about everything that's going on here. We're going to film this week as well on Saturday, some online courses. And I mean, there's just a lot happening. I could talk about, you know, the flowers that are coming and the barn and everything that Evan's doing, but I think I'm going to close this out right now. I'm super excited about this week, about our trip to Alexandra Farms, and also the upcoming Chapel Designers Conferences.